What on YouTube? This is LA Prepper, and we are live in the car. We're not driving. Let me see if I can stop putting my hand in front of the camera. And we're moving! Yay! Sometimes you just gotta move. Sometimes you just have to move. So that's what it is. But as you may have seen from a previous video, I got the bike running, so that is kind of exciting. It still needs an O-ring. I can't quite figure out which O-ring it is. I'm actually have the parts guy's gonna text me a diagram of carb catalog, because I swear the parts that I keep saying from the diagram I've seen of the carb are not the same as what he's showing in his computer. And I think for some reason my bike has a carb from an SE, even though mine's an S, and it's causing a lot of confusion. Kind of disappointed with the forum response. I've been posting it on Thumper Talk, and kind of for like a little more feedback from the community about like, is this the right carb? What's up with this event? My bike's not running, blah. I had like a couple replies and posts, but nothing too monumental. That's all right though. So yes, the bike needs one O-ring, and I got to change the dirt tires to dual sport tires. That I have some used dual sport, so that should hold me over until I buy some new dual sport tires. But yeah, I got too much stuff going on right now. I got some personal stuff I'm dealing with. I got this moving stuff that I'm dealing with. Neighbor drama that I'm sort of dealing with, although I'm trying to avoid dealing with it, but just gonna shake my head and sigh, YouTube. That's all you can do sometimes, is shake your head and sigh. You can't change people. People are gonna be how they're gonna be. Not to say I've been perfect. I definitely haven't been, but I don't need drama. Don't need drama in my life. Too much drama. And drama begets drama, you know. You can't the only way to avoid drama with people is to just like kiss and make up, or avoid them completely. And kissing and making up does not, or figuratively speaking, that is, does not always isn't always possible, doesn't always work out. Not to say I've even tried yet, but at this point. Oh, stuff. I need to buy a house. I'm working on it. I got some stuff to take care of before I can make that happen, but hopefully this year. The plan, that's beside visiting my I got to visit a buddy this year, but other than that, buying a house is the numero uno priority. It's not going to be a nice house, not going to be a huge house. And even with a lot of people say that there's a stock market bubble and there's a housing bubble and all this stuff, but bottom line, you get a fixed mortgage rate, keep your job, rent it out. Ideally, I would get somewhere that renting out the 2 bedrooms individually to 2 different tenants would be enough to pay the mortgage, or at least like really close to paying the mortgage. I could, if it was like, if I'm only short a couple $100 a month, I can carry that like for a year. Not a big deal, even if I'm unemployed. Of course, there's living expenses, but that's like $600 a month. So anyways, not planning on having to give up the house even if the market tanks, but I also want to put some sweat equity into the house, so hopefully can increase the market value from what it is when I pick it up to later. And actually, my loan guy was saying something interesting about housing shortages in LA. He was saying that because there's such a rental shortage, they're kind of making it easier to build additional units at the property. So I might, if I can find a place with a big enough yard, I might try to put an in-law suite in, and then I can stay in one of the bedrooms in the house, rent out the other one, rent out the in-law suite, have the mortgage covered, still be working. I don't think I'd have roommates forever, but I will probably turn the first house I buy into a rental just so that I can keep, have someone else pay the mortgage. But hopefully it'll be in an area nice enough that I don't mind staying for a while. I'm not married to my job, but I do enjoy the work that I do, and I like the company that I'm with. So don't plan on moving away from that company anytime soon. Would like to get a better job at the company, more engineering job, but foot in the door, all that jazz. hopefully we can pick somebody up in the next couple minutes. I can't live stream forever, but I do have some time to kill. I was so so amused, shall we say, with my neighbor today that I went and got a storage unit and made my first trip to storage. So it's already in the works. And my poor landlord, I called to them kind of bitching about it, which of course is the thing that my neighbor, and I outside and he was like leaving the phone. I'm just like, why am I hate this stuff. I hate having to deal with this. But that's why I'm moving out, so I won't have to deal with it anymore. And let me tell you, nothing like the prospect of improving the quality of your life. I don't know if I'm going to live in a house or an apartment. Just basically doesn't exist. So you do what you got to do. Got the windsurfing kit up for sale. Sell one of my surfboards, the smaller one. I'm gonna keep the bigger one, and at one of these days I'm gonna buy an action cam and I'll get LA Prepper live surfing. I don't know how that relates to prepping really, but it is good physical conditioning, if anything. Not like you're gonna bug out on a surfboard. That would be kind of a hilarious, paddle over to the Catalina Islands in the ocean. Be kind of suicidal, but. And it's kind of a shame that boat failed. It failed as a windsurfing boat anyways. I could probably make it work as like a boat to paddle or get a trolling motor on it. I currently have it registered as a sailing craft, but I think I could edit the registration to make it like an electrically propelled craft, or put an outboard on it. I mean, that would be a lot of fun. It would be a little bit too much weight in the back, which is kind of the whole problem I have, but actually made like a boat with an outboard, and that would be too hilarious. I'd have to bring Jerry up some steering wheel or something, but yeah, it's going to be a little bit of spring cleaning. It'll be nice to get rid of some stuff like an old shitty couch that I have. Probably put most of my preps in storage for the meantime, which isn't the ideal place, but I gotta empty out my apartment so I can get it all cleaned up and spick and span before I move out. Man, I hope y'all are working and having fun and doing prepping stuff at the moment. I guess 1:30 is not the best time for a live. I've been thinking about going live at night, but I'm just kind of tired at night and I want to kind of chill and relax and not be doing stuff. Speaking of prepping news, I've talked about Venezuela in the past, and man, they're having fun these days. Of course, they had the protests at the border with like the food that was trying to be delivered, and people claiming, well, not claiming. I mean, the military took some military action against the citizens, which is pretty scary stuff. But now they're doing the blackout thing, like rolling 30-day blackouts, or I don't know how that's going to work. And it's been kind of a long time coming in Venezuela. It's not like it happened overnight. The food shortage thing kind of developed over a while. The power crisis is a little more recent, and that's probably going to carry over into water crisis, service crises. Sorry, I'm just listening to my car making weird noises. But yeah, so we're moving, working on the bike. Gonna be doing a little ocean point. Life is pretty, I wouldn't say it's boring right now. In fact, it's a little more interesting than I would like, but just whatever happens, just let it go and ignore her. And I failed. I failed miserably. So that's what it is. But anyways, YouTube, I think I'm going to sign off. Go grab some breakfast, my microwave Jimmy Dean sandwich, grab some froyo. Have a coffee, try to relax, and thank God I like my job, because when you got drama at home and then you don't like your job, like you don't have any rest from stress in life, and stress is no fun. Stress is a pain in the rear end. So try to avoid stress. There's just the neighbors in particular, but just always people. I mean, it's really kind of nice in general. It's a pretty nice area, constantly coming and going. Kind of drags on after a while. So it's just some good videos. Like to see it. Giving up on the live stream for a moment, having some technical difficulties. So I'm going to sign off. On YouTube. See you next time.